Here's how I build a content ideas machine that listens to my audience, finds their pain points, and feeds me new ideas every Monday morning. The best thing, it's fully automated. And in this video, I'll show you the exact system you can use to automate a steady stream of educational client-facing content ideas. We'll be using Reddit, AI, Make.com. Like I said, it runs completely on autopilot, and it's built around real pain points that your audience is already talking about online. Now, I know coming up with content ideas consistently is one of the hardest part of growing your brand. So whether you are a agency, freelancer, a coach, or just a service provider in general, if you're asking yourself these questions often, so what should I post this week, and will this content actually resonate with my audience, then this video and this system is exactly for you. Well, the problem we're facing, most content created nowadays is superficial and it's mostly assumed to be interesting from the creator's perspective, not from the client's challenges. Or maybe you're just having a hard time coming up with new content ideas or angles in general. Using Reddit changes that. So Reddit is where people actually vent unfiltered, raw, real struggles they're having in business and in real life. They're just trying to solve a problem and seeking help from others in these subreddits. So we can leverage that and create content ideas and content around these pain points and challenges. And that's where this system comes in. Now, if you're asking yourself, who the hell is this guy? Valid question. My name is Stijn and I help online businesses automate the hell out of their operations by building strategic AI automations and just making AI more accessible to them. So the system consists of a few steps. First of all, we're going to show you which each step does and which tool or software we use to execute this step. So first of all, we'll be using Make.com as the automation platform. Make is really a visual, no-code automation platform where you can build virtually any automation or system within your business. And it's just a drag and drop. No coding is required. No coding knowledge is required either. And I'll run you over the system within Make after we have discussed all the steps. So also within Make, we'll be using Apify module to script subreddits. And Apify is a marketplace for web scrapers that people have built and you can just use or rent. And for this specific automation, we'll be using Reddit Scraper Lite, but I'll show you how to set this up in Make in a couple of minutes. Then we're gonna filter out the posts that have been scraped by Apify and feed them to ChatGPT to check whether all these posts are relevant to us. So we have some filter criteria. If the post passes one of these filter criteria, we're actually gonna analyze the post in detail, like what is the process, the category, etc., etc. Then we feed these into Google Sheets at first just to store them and work with them. Then we're going to use another AI module to actually generate the content ideas per pain point, which will be 3 in total. And we store each of them within Airtable and just create a relational database. So we have the pain point in one. I'll show you real quick. So we have the pain point in here. Then the content IDs, which are linked to the pain points in here. So these are just some examples I've made before. We're going to just start from scratch in a bit. Yeah, 10 if all the IDs are generated. On Monday morning, they are sent in a Slack channel where you can just quickly approve and are linked to the Airtable database as well. So you can just click approve within Airtable and it gets sent to your content team or marketing team. So if you go to the link shared in the description below, you can find a link to a Google Doc right here, which has some URLs to the resources used in this video. You just open them and make a copy for both Google Sheet and the Airtable base. And you can download both the blueprints used in this video by clicking these links right here. So I'll quickly run you over how the Google Sheets look like. So this is how it looks like. We have the subreddit name, subreddit URL. So for your own system, you put the URL of the subreddit right here. And all the posts will be stored right here. Let's head over to make.com and create a new scenario. And if you click the links in the Google Doc, you can just import these. So you click import, you choose the first file, and you just open it, and you'll see this automation or this scenario. So let's quickly run you over it and make sure everything is set up properly. So when you open it, click on Google Sheets, and you can create your connection right here if you haven't done so already. Just add the connection and you can sign in with Google. You can pick the spreadsheet ID which is by name. You can use Reddit scraper or the name you have given the spreadsheet you've downloaded. That's basically it for this one. Next, like I said, we'll be using Apify to scrape subreddits. So I'll quickly show you how you can connect your Apify account to Make. So you just click on the module and click on Add Connection Type. You'll use Apify. This will trigger a pop-up where you just have to log in, and you get the screen. So you either log in with Google or just with your email and password. And once you've signed in, you have the same view as I have. So I'll head over back to Apify and just show you quickly how this is done. So let's say we want to use the show social media marketing as a subreddit. So let's show you how this works within the console right here. So it's actually quite easy. You just fill in your start URL right here, which is the subreddit to scrape. And actually the only thing we have to set up is the amount of numbers that we want to be scraping. So for this example, we'll be using just 10. You can scrape the comments as well. We're going to skip the comments for now. And that's basically it. So you just start and save. And now it will start running. So it will open up the subreddit and start scraping every post. So the maximum of 10. So once the run has ended within the console right here, you can see that we have scraped 10 posts, which is not a lot, obviously. But when we do it in the backend using the system I've showed you, we can scrape up to whatever you like, 100, 150. But the most important thing is we have a run ID or a dataset ID. And what is happening right here within the console is the same thing that's happening when we run it from here. So let's see the setup for the actor. So if you've made an account and you have saved it like we did here, the actor will be accessible through the actor right here. You see I have a lot of actors. We'll be using the Reddit scraper. We pick run synchronously. We have the input JSON, so which is basically this that we have selected here. This is in manually, but when we pick JSON, see we have all this information right here. So as you can see, basically the only thing we need is the URL right here. And since we have stored it in here, we search as row, we see we can actually map the Reddit URL. We basically copy and paste the same thing that we have selected here and just put it into the input JSON. And we add the URL that we have searched right here as our start URL. So we always scrape this URL. If you have multiple, it will run twice or 3 times, depending on how many URLs you've added in the sheet. So let's click save. Then what happens, we'll wait until this has finished and we pick the dataset ID, which is the, let's see, the run ID right here. So you can, in the backend, we just select this and we download it. So we can actually use the data and feed each post to AI to filter them out. Which brings us to the next module, which is to filter out the post. So in order to connect your OpenAI account to Make.com, we'll first need to log into the OpenAI developers platform and generate an API key, as well as topping up our credit balance. So head over to the developers platform by going to platform.openai.com. Click the first results, and you get prompted to either log in or sign up here on top right. If you've used the developers platform before, just click login. Otherwise, you just need to sign up and follow the sign up process. I'm just going to log in. So once you're logged into the developers platform, head to the gear icon on the top right. And in the menu on the left, just go to billing. And you should add your credit balance. You just can start with $5 or $10. You can do a pretty long time with. Once you have topped up your credit balance, you just need to generate an API key. So you can either create a new project, say YouTube test, Once you are in the API keys section, again in the gear icon on the top right and API keys, you can create a new secret API key. It's test key, create key. So make sure you never share this key with anyone. I'll delete this key after this video is done, but just so as an example. So you can copy the key, you can head over to make, and in the OpenAI module, just click add. Just add your API key here. Give the connection a name and just hit save. So each of these posts that have been downloaded right here will feed all these into AI. And we're telling it that it is a marketing agency focused content strategist. Now this can be changed to your own niche and to your own industry. So I've created this prompt to be as broad as possible, but obviously you have to change it a bit to fit your niche and fit your filter criteria. So this is more focused on marketing. So if you're a coach, you can change this to fit your needs in your coaching niche, common problems, common processes, common categories that you're using and solving. Then we are understanding the goal. We let it understand the goal. The objective is to identify posts that actually discuss client management and frustrations, such as clients expect instant SEO results, it reveal industry knowledge gaps. So for example, clients don't understand our reporting metrics, and exposes service delivery challenges or highlight common client and misconceptions. It can also be the case that clients or prospects are directly asking within this subreddit for marketing advice. So how do I promote my own pizza restaurant, etc. We wanted to exclude posts that are completely irrelevant or lack the actionable client-facing educational potential, such as career jobs posting, tool requests, generic advice seeking, and non-actionable rants made by competitors. Then we let it output a verdict, whether it's true or false. So whether true means relevant and false means irrelevant. So when it passes this filter, meaning it's relevant to us, only then we're going to analyze this pain point in detail by using a different prompt. But this is more focused on the analyzing and dissecting the pain point in detail. So again, we're giving it the role that it is a marketing operations strategist with the task to analyze Reddit posts to identify client visible friction points and knowledge gaps. Then we're telling it that all posts must be processed with the following in mind. It will be transformed into educational content for marketing agencies' socials. Targeted prospects looking for educational content regarding marketing. For the client gap, we want it to be as descriptive as painful as possible. Then we give it the task to identify and analyze the pain points, challenges, or questions, and then to categorize these pain points or questions or challenges based on categories within a marketing agency. So these are the categories with the client management, the campaign operations, ROI communication, industry knowledge gaps, agency process transparency. And the processes are here below. And we also telling it that it's not limited to the ones below, but are just common examples. And then again, we're telling it to output it in JSON with the category, the process, and actually pain point or the client gap. Once this is done, we add these to Google Sheets. As you can see here, we add the post title, the community name of the subreddit, the post body, the URL, the number of upvotes and number of comments, and then the AI generated category, pain point, and process, as well as the timestamp. We have added this to our Google Sheet. This is the first part of the automation. So let's go and hop over to the second part. So again, you create a scenario and you import the second part, the second link that you have downloaded from my Google Doc. So this is where all the juice is happening in the second part of the automation. We are again watching for new rows in our Google Sheet, meaning when new posts are added to this worksheet. We'll catch this and we'll send this to another AI module. And for this module, we're using a reasoning model, which is the newest model, O4 Mini. And this is quite an extensive prompt. We're trying to get the AI to come up with unique angles, and we're giving it a framework for that. And your goal is to generate creative and high impact post ideas that help solve common problems and marketing challenges. We're telling it that it will receive some data that we have generated before, and we give it some more context that is a content strategist for a dynamic marketing agency. Create engaging, accessible content ideas that speak directly to our business owners and non-marketing professionals who could benefit from our services. And the insight must translate complex marketing concepts into clear, valuable advice that positions your agency as an authoritative yet approachable expert. So we are telling it to avoid referencing Reddit or any specific business details that is discussed in the post. And your ideas should be focused on making marketing solutions understandable and appealing to those with limited marketing knowledge. We don't want it to be too salesy and bold, and we wanted to make it engaging, but to take a trusted, authoritative yet casual approach to the content it needs to generate. And we're giving it a tone of voice of 30% Spartan, casual, and informative, educational. So, what is more special about this problem is that we're trying to extract the underlying challenges and translate it into content that resonates specifically with business owners and decision makers with limited marketing knowledge, but stand to benefit from better marketing practices. So, always ensure that your content positions your marketing agency as the helpful expert who can simplify complex marketing concepts. Think about how can I explain this marketing concept in language that a business owner would understand and find valuable, and then build around it. Then the task is to generate 3 LinkedIn posts for each data bundle. We wanted to generate a hook, a specific angle, the format, for example, LinkedIn, your real YouTube short, or longer form YouTube video, and with a clear call to action prompting the reader to engage further. Then we give it some set rules. So we want to process every pain point. We want it to marketing focus only. Again, you can adapt this to fit your specific niche. And then the third one is the advanced strategic framework. So this is where we try to take a unique angle. So we're trying to uncover hidden marketing barriers by identifying underlying challenges beyond the obvious. For example, budget constraints, ineffective segmentations, or outdated messaging. We want to go beyond basic marketing 101, and we want to use marketing as a growth lever. Um, Moreover, we want more niche specific solutions or debunk marketing myths. And last but not least, we want to make it accessible for non-marketers. So we want to avoid marketing jargon, technical terms without any explanation, and rather focus on business outcomes rather than marketing processes itself. We'll give it the input data structure that we've generated before, and we give it the expected output structure. Again, this is a more technical part, so we can map this later on and create a relational database within Airtable. And so final remarks. You can read through it. I'm not going to go exactly into detail. Then we give it just one example of a post and how we want it to output. Then we hand it the actual data of the post. Click save. Then we're going to feed this into JSON in order to actually work with the results of the AI. Then we're going to create a record within Airtable. So we're going to generate an ID. Then we add the category, the pain point, the process, and the industry to Airtable. So once we've added the pain point specifically to Airtable, right here, we want to link the content IDs that have been generated by AI as well. So how do we do this? By using an iterator. An iterator is a built-in module that allows us to iterate over each and every content ID in this case, and add each of these content IDs to Airtable while still linked to the original pain point. So what we do then for each pain point, as you can see, we only have one here. By using the iterator, we be able to access each and every content ID that has been generated by the AI. So if you don't use this iterator, we only select the very first one. If you use the iterator, we iterate over each and every content ID and add them as a linked value to our pain point, which is in the record ID right here, which is the pain point reference. We add the angle, the hook, the CTA, and the format could be any of these. Leave it for LinkedIn post right now. And the style, which is the format in here, short video mockup, or a LinkedIn post, LinkedIn thread, Twitter thread. Now, this is actually most of the functionalities within the system. I've made it a bit more advanced by using Slack to send each of these content IDs within a Slack channel on Monday morning. How is this done? Well, Slack uses something called blocks. So Slack blocks is basically just a way to build interactive messages in Slack. So I'll show you real quick in the Slack channel that I've made. This is what blocks is. So you can have clickable buttons that will and are linked to our Airtable base. So right now it is empty because I've deleted these. And you can click the content IDs, which I've deleted as well. And from here you can actually directly read them and approve them. I'll save you the technical bit behind it, but basically what we're doing is we're dynamically adding all these content IDs that are generated and add them to the code block right here. Again, I'll just save you the technical bit about around it. If you're using this scenario in the blueprint, it's already built for you, and the only thing you need to do is just connect your Slack account right here and use a channel where you want to put the content IDs in. All right, so let's run this end to end. Let's run one. So it's grabbing the subreddit to scrape. We're activating Apify from here. So if we hop over to Apify, you can actually see it running. As you can see, so it has been launched. Now we're just waiting for it to finish. And we'll download the dataset and feed each of these posts to our filter module. Well, at least we got one. We only got one. So let's see which one it is. Delivering bad work. This man is currently not delivering results he should for a candy shop and need your help on what to fix it. He's not getting paid for it, which is good, so you can test out. Do this using on TikTok. It's in Dutch. So the pain point and gap that has been extracted from this is understanding effective content strategies and their impact on campaign success. Process is performance reporting, category campaign operations. So that's not bad. We can work with that and actually run the second part of the automation that generates the content IDs for this. Run this once. Now the OpenAI reasoning module will take all the information, process it, and give me 3 content IDs to use, add them to Airtable, and send a Slack message. And here we go. So let's Slack. So week 17, we had the category campaign operations. It's in retail. The process is performance reporting and the pain point that we have generated earlier. So we can here click and we can view the pain point in Airtable. Pretty good. So understanding performance reporting. And we see these 3 content IDs right here. You can also just check it in here. I don't know why this is happening. Just delete these. And if you enlarge it right here, you can see that we have the link content IDs, which we can click on as well. But we can also access it from Slack. So the first content ID is the hook, which your TikTok content calendar is full, but your sales chart stays flat. Here's why. So we're going to view the content ID in Airtable. And so let's say we really like the hook, we like the format, and we like the CTA. Maybe we want to check out some different posts as well. Let's head over to here. Guesswork hurts your results and wastes time. Will demystify A/B testing on TikTok. All right, so pretty decent. So the style is a short video demo walking through creating a 2-column spreadsheet for test running experiment. Sure, guess it's good. And last one, you don't need a giant budget, just a clear method. Let's say we just like this one. We're just gonna click approve. And from here, it can get sent to either your content or marketing team, or you can already start generating a draft also with AI and work from there. And that's about it. That's the end-to-end system. It's quite easy, as you can see, if you can just follow along and adapt it to your own business, to your own needs, to your own content IDs, to your own angles, and to your specific pain points using subreddits. Again, I hope you find this educational. See you in the next one.